Hi, hello, I'm Shelby. Last night I had to help my son with his Spanish homework. He's in the 6th grade. And for reference, I am kind of a professional in Spanish. As you can see, I am an 11 on Duolingo. So, bilingual queen. Just kidding. I know that's not a lot. That's just a joke. So today, for your viewing pleasure, I have the worksheet that we had to do for my son's 6th grade Spanish homework. We had to read the story, we had to answer questions, okay? Now, I don't expect everyone to know this. I didn't know all this either. I had to use the little thingy at the bottom because I know some of these words, but I don't know all of them. But let me give you the gist of this story, okay? Billy wants to be a unicorn. Cool. She decides to study at the University of Unicorns. She's to take a class about the history of unicorns, but the professor speaks Arabic. Nope. Sorry. German. The other one speaks Arabic. So she speaks German, but Billy doesn't speak German. So she decides, okay, I guess I don't want to be a unicorn anymore. So then she decides that she wants to be a duck. Naturally. Now this is the part where I decided that maybe Billy actually needs to grow up. And that's coming from me. Okay, so anyway, for some reason, she decides to be a duck, go study to be a duck at the University of Las Vegas. I guess they have a really good duck program there. So then she has to take a class of swimming. I forgot that word was swimming. But then the professor speaks Arabic. Billy doesn't speak Arabic. So then she decides she doesn't want to be a duck anymore because she doesn't want to take that class. Right? Cool beans. So then she decides she wants to be the president of the planet Mars. She decides to study at the University of Harvard. I guess they have a really good president of other planets program there. I was unaware. So she decides to take a very important class. The class is called Interesting Socks. Now, my question for you is, what does Interesting Socks have to do with being the president of Mars? I don't know, and I can't imagine. But so the professor for this class speaks Spanish, but that's not a problem at all because Billy also speaks Spanish. So that's fine. That last sentence, correct me if I'm wrong, Billy is the president of Mars and always wears interesting socks. So I'm helping my son with his homework and we're halfway through the story and I'm just laughing in confusion and my husband comes into the room and he's like, what? And I'm like, let me just give you the synopsis of this story that we're reading. And I did. And then I sent it to my Spanish speaking friend that I ask questions about all the time now that I'm trying to learn Duolingo because I want to be able to actually have conversations in Spanish. Hold on. Before I realized that I could just download that worksheet, why won't I get small? I just copied and pasted it and sent it to my friend and she just, what is this? And then immediately FaceTimed me and we were just laughing hysterically. She's like, this is what it says. I'm like, no, that's what I also thought it said. So anyway, that story made me really laugh. And I hope that it made you laugh too. I just had to share it with the world. So I do love that my son's in 6th grade and learning this much Spanish. I only learned Spanish in 9th and 10th grade and then stopped paying attention to it. And now I really wish that I knew it. So I'm actively trying to learn it. I think that would be very beneficial. And I love that my children will maybe understand Spanish as adults. But, I guess funny stories will help. That's just the weirdest story I've ever read. And I read a lot of stupid books. So anyway.